So, hi everyone, we are the group 4. We will be discussing about universal values, qualities of Filipino moral identity, strengths of the Filipino character, and weaknesses of the Filipino character, along with my group mates, Osley Ostia and Ferraro Kate.
So moving forward for our moral values, universal, cultural relativism claims that morality differs across cultures, meaning that what is considered right or wrong varies depending on cultural norms and practices. These perspectives emphasize the diversity of moral systems and argues that no single culture's morality should be considered superior to another's. Dr. James Rachels, however, argued against cultural relativism by highlighting that there are universal moral values and across cultures. He suggested that certain fundamental moral principles, such as the value of human life and the need for fairness, are essential for functioning of any society regardless of cultural differences. So these shared values, according to Rachels, are crucial for society's survival because they form the basis of cooperation, trust, and social cohesion. Without these universal principles, societies would struggle to maintain order and resolve conflicts, making it difficult for them to thrive or even survive in a long term.
So, moving forward, there are three universal values and their impact. So the first is caring for the young. Caring for the young is essential for their physical, emotional, and cognitive development. It ensures they grow up in a safe and nurturing environment, allowing them to develop essential life skills, good health, and emotional well-being. Second is murder is wrong, which is murder is wrong because it involves intentionally taking another person's life, violating their fundamental right to live. It disrupts social order, causes immense suffering to families, and is condemned by moral, legal, and religious principles. And the third one is telling the truth. Telling the truth is essential for building trust, maintaining strong relationships, and ensuring fairness in society. Honesty promotes integrity, transparency, and accountability, helping to prevent misunderstanding and conflicts. And the last one is concluding statement. Summarize the main points of a discussion, reinforcing key ideas and leaving a lasting impression on the audience. It involves closure, ensures clarity, and often includes a call action or final thought. A strong conclusion enhances understanding and reinforces the message significance.
Alright, and I'm going to talk about qualities of the Filipino moral identity. So, when we talk about the qualities of Filipino moral identity, these are the distinct characteristics or traits that define the moral and ethical framework of Filipino culture. These qualities are reflected in how Filipinos behave, interact with others, and perceive what is good or right in society. Some qualities that are often associated with Filipino moral identity are bayanihan, pakikisama, utang na loob, hiya, family-centeredness, and many more. Filipino culture is a mix of Eastern and Western cultures. Why do we say so? Filipino culture is a blend of both Eastern and Western influences due to the country's unique history of colonization, trade, and interaction with various cultures over the centuries. The pre-colonial Filipino culture was already shaped by indigenous beliefs, practices, and traditions, many of which are rooted in Eastern philosophies and practices. The early Filipinos were influenced by neighboring Asian cultures such as the Chinese, Malay, and Indians. When the Philippines was colonized by Spain for over 300 years, This has left a significant impact on Filipino culture, such as the religion, language, and customs like festas, traditional clothing, and architecture. After Spanish rule, the United States took control to the Philippines in 1898 and 1946, further introducing Western ideas. The American influence is visible in the Filipino education system, the democratic political structure, technology, entertainment, and lifestyle. The Filipino language, while rooted in Austronesian family, has absorbed by many words from Spanish and English. And today, English is one of the official languages. According to Dr. Patricia B. Licuanan, a psychologist and the chairperson of JED, the strengths and weaknesses of Filipino character are rooted in many factors, such as the home environment, the social environment, culture and language, history, the educational system, the religion, the economic environment, the political environment, mass media, and leadership and role models.
So here are the strands of the Filipino character. So pakikipagkapwa-tao is the Filipino value of treating others with respect, empathy, and kindness. It emphasizes recognizing the dignity of every person and fostering harmonious relationships within the community. So family orientation refers to a strong value placed on family as the foundation of an individual's development and identity. It emphasizes love, support, and responsibility among family members, ensuring emotional security and guidance. So joy and humor are essential aspects of life that promote positivity, resilience, and emotional well-being. They help people cope with challenges, reduce stress, and strengthen social bonds. In many cultures, including Filipino society, humor serves as a way to uplift spirits, bring people together, and maintain a positive outlook despite of hardships. So next is flexibility, adaptability, and creativity. These are essential traits that allow individuals to navigate change, solve problems, and innovate in different situations. Flexibility enables people to adjust to new circumstances. Adaptability helps them thrive in challenging environments, and creativity fosters original thinking and solutions. Hard work and industry. Hard work and industry refer to the dedication, perseverance, and effort people put in their achieving their goals. These values lead to personal and professional success, fostering productivity and economic growth. And religiosity. Faith and religiosity reflect a deep belief in higher power and the practice of spiritual or religious traditions. These values provide guidance, strength, and a sense of purpose, helping individuals navigate life's challenges. Moving forward for the last slide is cheerful and fun-loving. A positive attitude and an ecstatic approach to life. It reflects the ability to find joy in every moment, maintain optimism, and spread happiness to others. These traits strengthen relationships, reduce stress, fosters a supportive and lively community, contributing to overall well-being and resilience in facing life's challenges. Matutong mamaluktot habang maikli ang kumot is a Filipino proverb that means learning to live with one's means. It teaches the value of simplicity, contentment, and financial responsibility. This saying encourages people to be resourceful, adapt to limitations, and practice financial discipline to avoid unnecessary struggles in life.
Moving forward, now I will discuss the weaknesses of the Filipino character as identified by Dr. Patricia Licuano. While Filipinos possess many admirable traits,
We must also recognize the areas where we need improvement. First, we have here the extreme personalism. This refers to prioritizing personal relationships over rules, often leading to bias and lack of objectivity. Filipinos tend to mix personal relationships with professional and political affairs. This results in biases, favoritism, and even corruption. For example, in many workplaces, hiring decisions are influenced by personal connections rather than qualifications. Similarly, in politics, people vote based on family ties rather than competency, which leads to the prevalence of graft and corruption in the country. Next is the extreme family-centeredness. This refers to the overdependence on family ties, sometimes at the expense of fairness and professionalism. We all know that family is the core of Filipino culture, but excessive attachment can lead to neglect of the greater community. Political dynasties are a prime example where families hold power for generations instead of prioritizing national progress. While in the workplace, some prioritize helping relatives over fair policies, which weakens institutions. Next is the lack of discipline. This refers to the poor time management, disregard for rules, and impatience for long-term progress. The Ningas Hugon attitude of Filipinos, where enthusiasm fades quickly, reflects our lack of discipline. Filipinos often start projects with excitement but fail to sustain them. An example is a task needs to be done but we keep pushing it off for later, or simply called as procrastinating. Additionally, the habit of being late or Filipino time negatively impacts productivity and efficiency among Filipinos. On the other hand is the passivity and lack of initiative. This refers to the tendency to accept circumstances rather than take action to improve them. As we observe, many Filipinos rely too much on the government to solve problems instead of having initiative to take action. A clear example is the traffic situation in Metro Manila or in some big cities. While people complain about it daily, many continue to disobey traffic rules, which makes the problem worse. This passive mindset prevents us from making real changes. Next is the colonial mentality. This preference for foreign influences over local culture leading to low self-worth. Filipinos often regard foreign products, culture, and standards as superior. This can be seen in how we prioritize imported goods over local products and how many people idolize Western beauty standards. As noted by Dr. Liquanan, this colonial mentality is connected to our general feelings of inferiority, where we think foreigners are superior. As a result, we sometimes lose pride in our own identity and fail to support Filipino-made innovations. And on the other hand is the Kanya-Kanya syndrome, which refers to the lack of teamwork due to excessive self-interest and competitiveness. So this is related to the Filipino traits of extreme personalism and extreme family-centeredness. So instead of working together, many Filipinos focus on self-interest, which dampen our sense of community and cooperation. This crab mentality where we tend to pull others down to climb up is evident in workplaces where employees compete destructively rather than helping one another. It also happens in politics, where leaders prioritize personal gain instead of national welfare. And lastly is the lack of self-analysis and self-reflection. This refers to the resistance to constructive criticism and unwillingness to self-improve. Filipinos often avoid introspection and constructive criticism. Instead of evaluating our own flaws, we tend to blame others. For example, instead of improving our work ethics, some people justify being late by saying, traffic kasi. Additionally, the madaling makalimot is evident in most Filipino characteristics. According to Dr. Liquanan, this means that as a nation, we easily forget mistakes we made and more likely to repeat it. This is one of the reasons why traditional politicians are always re-elected into office. So without self-reflection, true progress remains difficult for all of us. In conclusion, this lesson highlights the unique qualities of the Filipino moral identity, examining both its strengths and weaknesses. It is important because it allows us to reflect on our cultural traits, both the positive values that define us and the negative habits that hinder our progress. By understanding the strengths of the Filipino character, we can appreciate what makes us thrive as a people. At the same time, recognizing our weaknesses encourages us to improve and develop as individuals and as a nation. This lesson is crucial because it helps us become more self-aware and responsible for our actions. It challenges us to break free from negative habits and work towards building a more disciplined, united, and progressive Filipino society. Understanding our cultural identity allows us to take pride in our heritage while striving for continuous growth and improvement.